All right, I'm back with another video of B.C.B. and he's talking about the women's wrestling in Jeopardy in the future of WWE. So we're going to go ahead and get started. If you guys haven't subscribed to his channel, here's a screenshot right here. We're not going to waste no time. Let's go ahead and get started.
Wrestling fans, what's going on, man? It's Black Couch Booking here with a brand new video. If you're new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe. I promise you will not be disappointed. And if you're old to the channel, Couch Crew, what's going on, man? Hope you guys are having a lovely day today. Anyway, man, follow me on Instagram at Real Black Couch Booking. And if you want to join my Discord, link is in the description down below where the best wrestling fans have the best conversations, man. Today is going to be a great conversation, man. I love women's wrestling. I think this is probably like the best time in women's wrestling. Like to be a fan of women's wrestling is the best time because we have very talented individuals. We have individuals who have the sex appeal and they have the skill that paid the bill. So, should we be concerned though about the future of women's wrestling? Because yes, women's wrestling is great right now. It's sensational. But I'm worried about the future. And I think a lot of questions are gonna be answered within the next few weeks, actually, about the future of women's wrestling. So let me explain why I say that. I mean, the first example, of course, would be Tiffany Stratton, right? If Tiffany Stratton wins this match against Charlotte Flair, that shows that they're all in and they're invested in building the next generation of women's wrestlers. Should she win? No, because I don't think she's ready. I think Charlotte should win. Obviously, Charlotte is someone who's notorious for having short runs, so she would lose it to somebody who's worthy of defeating her, next anyway. Or she's gonna go against another big name, and then she lose it to the big name, which I'll talk about that as well. But Tiffany is just one of those individuals that's like, are you ready to fully invest and to keep developing and to make it to a star who could become a multi-time champion? Or are they gonna give up on it because they like, ooh, we see some things that was exposed by putting her against Charlotte, which I think was a mistake anyway. I would have loved to see Charlotte versus Rhea, and I think Bianca versus Tiffany would have been something very different. And I think it would have made a little bit more sense because the Jade and Naomi story could intertwine with that, whether or not Bianca Belair was involved with Naomi versus Jade. Regardless, Bianca Belair goes against Tiffany Stratton, beats Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany's just not ready and can't handle that power. Then you have Naomi versus Jay. Whoever wins, they want the shot at Bianca Belair. That's two stories wrapped up in one. Whereas now Bianca Belair is going against the Raw champion essentially, and Naomi and Jay they still on SmackDown. So even if whoever wins out of that, it's not like they could just go over to Raw and be like, hey, I want a shot. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be, they could, but it wouldn't make a lot of sense because you're just shooting somebody over to the roster just for no reason. Whereas it would be justified if Bianca Belair was going against Tiffany Stratton, and a loss against Bianca Belair is like justifiable. You know what I'm saying? It don't make Tiffany look bad. But I think that's the issue with the booking right now is that you have a lot of young women talent like a Lyra Valkyria and a Roxanne Perez and many more. But it's like they're still surrounded by so many vets, and they're surrounded by vets that's coming from the outside in. Jordan Grace. Why did Jordan Grace need to go to NXT? Jordan Grace already wrestled against the NXT champion when she was the TNA women's champion. So why does she have to come now to wrestle for NXT? She could have went straight to the main roster.
I don't think Jordan Grace should come in the main roster right now. I mean, the way Triple H is booking, I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, unless Jordan Grace is going to stand up to herself and stand up to Triple H and say, hey, I want a match, or, you know what I mean? Then again, I can't see that. I mean, but however, if she does come in the main roster, I do got an idea. I mean, I think it maybe, what if Jordan Grace go up against Rhea or Ivy Nile? You know what I'm saying? I mean, hopefully, not hopefully, but maybe Jade Cargill, you know what I'm saying? Like, that would be cool. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, I would like for her to come to the main roster. And so is Stephanie and Julia and Jada Parker and Soruka and who else? Zyra, you know what I'm saying? Kalani Jordan. Kalani Jordan. I think I said her name right. Yeah, I mean, I would love for them to come to the main roster. Absolutely. I mean, even Lash Legend, she was in the main roster for a little bit until she went back. So I would love for her to come back, you know what I'm saying, and face, Liv and Raquel, for the titles, her and Miss Jackson, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that would definitely be good, you know what I'm saying? But look what they're doing now. They literally got, Liv and Raquel facing random teams that cannot, that haven't even got booked, you know what I'm saying, as a tag team. You know what I'm saying? So it's stupid as hell, but, again, Jordan Grace coming to the main roster. I will wait till you get new management. I will wait because if you come in the main roster now, it's just not going to look good for you. I mean, because the booking right now is trash, and you just don't want to be part of that. So I say stay at NXT until something changes. But you coming to the main roster, maybe we should just wait till the drafts if they still have it. So. That's my suggestion, but let's get back to the video.
She's faced main roster opposition in Royal Rumble, twice now? Why couldn't she go to the main roster? You don't got to put the belt on her immediately. You could have put the mid-card belt on Jordan Grace. Imagine Jordan Grace debuted on the main roster, took out Chelsea Green, a vet who's been in the business long enough already. So she takes off of Chelsea Green. That's great. And then she could work her way up to the women's championship or the women's world championship. Whereas now she's on NXT, Stephanie Bakir already has the strap, and she's well, not lucha, but she's a legend outside of WWE within her own right, very well known, very skilled. So she came in, but then you have Jada Parker, who's gonna lose to Jordan Grace, right? You have Cora Jade, who got to go to TNA because it's overcrowded. You got Kalani Jordan, who is just an NXT Women's North American champion, but now she's going after the NXT Women's North American Championship again because the top of the top is too stacked for her to get into that realm. You have a Ren Sinclair who's never going to get a shot, it seems like. You have a Sol Ruka who got to be paired up with Zarya as the odd couple. You just signed Zarya, who might not be the youngest talent. She's known outside of WWE as well, but you don't even got, now she's inserted into this North American thing. Whereas you could have it your way, guys. Zarya could all, if you're gonna have the NXT women be the top of the top, the Stephanie Valkyria, the Julia, throw Zarya in there. You have Jordan Grace in NXT, which I think is a mistake. Okay, throw Jordan Grace in there. Why? But when is Jada Parker gonna get a chance? Roxanne Perez was just a champion. Cool. When is Cora Jade gonna get the shot? When is Kalani Jordan gonna get the shot? Is Fallon Henley gonna get the shot? Is Izzy Dan gonna get the shot? Is Carmen Petrovich gonna get the shot? Is Jasmine Ninks gonna get the shot? When is Lash Legend gonna become a singles champion? Is Jakara Jackson gonna get the shot? You keep signing veteran women outside of the company, which is great, but you're sending them to NXT to stunt the accolade growth of the women because they're getting good runs against these veterans. They're getting good experience with the matches, but the accolades, the justification of why does Kalani Jordan need to go up to the main roster? Why did Jada Parker need to go up to the main roster? You're not going to book her like you did Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair was justified because she got booked great on the main roster, but when she was on NXT, she never held an NXT Women's Championship. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm looking forward to Jada Parker, the Kalani Jordans, and all of them, the Lash Legends, the Jakara Jacksons to, go to the main roster, but what have they done in NXT? Braun Breaker had to win multiple NXT championships. Carmelo Hayes had to win multiple NXT championships. To be judged, Trick Williams has won multiple NXT championships, and he's still not on the main roster yet.
Well, he don't need to be. If he come to the main roster, he would have been screwed. I mean, imagine him coming to the main roster, and you don't hear a lot of people screaming, "Whoop that Trick," and you don't hear Booker T no more. What's the point? I mean, if he come to the main roster, they would have treated him like a jobber. And then how many people would be screaming, "Whoop that Trick"? Not many. So it's just like, nah, bro. Like, unfortunately, Trick got to stay until we could get, some straightening around the creative team. So no, we can't have Trick at the main roster right now because we don't trust Hunter. And that's just the bottom line of it, okay? We don't trust Hunter. If he come to the main roster, he would have been jobbed out, okay? That's the sad part about it.
So you're just gonna place Jada Parker on the main roster because she's becoming overwhelmingly popular, but then you're gonna let Jordan Grace win the NXT Women's Championship and then send her to the main roster. But she don't need to do that because Jordan Grace was already a TNA Women's Champion. She already has the accolades. Stephanie Vaquero, you want her to learn the WWE system? Cool. Julia, you want her to learn the WWE system? Cool. But when is the future of the women's division, aka the younger talent, gonna become the future? Now, if you're booking your future based off of the future is gonna be the ones who was in the Indies or in New Japan or AEW or TNA. They're the future, and the young ones they just gotta fall in line because they're not that good. All right, cool. But then when you show us shades of excellence like a Roxanne Perez, a Live Valkyria, and things like that. But Roxanne Perez, well, what's next for Roxanne Perez? We don't know. And I'm hoping they do the right thing, which is don't feed Lyra to Becky. Lyra, Roxanne, have them have a generational feud for the mid-card championship. Boost the mid-card championship up. Because even if Lyra beats Becky, that's a passing of the torch. Is it really? Maybe. But you could build two stars instead of just building up Lyra at the expense of Becky, which she does need to put people over, but she's been out for some time. She's going to come back. I want her to get some good runs in, maybe have a match against Charlotte for the women's championship if she beats Tiffany Stratton. And then when Tiffany Stratton loses, build her up. Let her go out to the United States Women's Championship. Let her do something. Or just have a good one-on-one feud for not for the belt. Like the Charlotte Flairs, the Becky Lynches, you know what I'm saying? The Baileys, like it's so many vets that are still around and still kicking and still at the forefront. At one point, Bailey was on every show, every day of the week in WWE, Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. That's taken away from someone else who could be elevating. Bailey could just be on one show and do one thing of significance. If you're going to send Bailey down to NXT to help build Roxanne Perez up, keep her right there for a second. Build Roxanne Perez up. All right, I'll see you later. Now you got Bailey doing stuff with Lyra. We don't know what's going to come of that. Bailey's not going to beat Lyra, I don't think, for the IC strap. But then if they do win the tag team gauntlet, you're stunning other people's group. Maxine and Natalia, listen. It will help Maxine if she won. It will help B.C.B if she won. Kaden and Katana are the only real tag team in that match, if you ask me. Alba Fire hasn't done nothing in some time. Maybe Alba Fire and Piper wins. And then Chelsea, Alba, and Piper have titles at the same time being a part of the same stable. But it seems like Lyra and Bailey might be an obvious choice. Hopefully it's a swerve and it's not the obvious choice.
Yeah, well, I mean, at first I thought Lyra and Bailey was going to win, but because Bailey is turning heel, I don't think that's going to happen. I still don't want Natalia and Maxine to win because if those two win, they're going to get jobbed out at WrestleMania 41, and nobody's going to remember that match. Everybody's going to shit on that match just because Liv and Raquel was shitting on them. So I don't know who's going to win. I don't know. I don't know at this point because I would like it if Zoe and Shania will win, but because the match is too predictable, the only people that's going to win that match is either Maxine or Natalia or Lyra and Bailey. And honestly, I don't think Lyra and Bailey are going to get along because Bailey's turning heel. And I don't know why she's turning heel, but I just assume she's turning heel because she don't like the way she lost. I mean, she literally lost by roll-up. The same way that Raquel literally lost her chances of getting the title. Lyra is winning by roll-up. What the absolute fuck? A roll-up? Raquel with them strong-ass legs, with them long, strong legs, you telling me Raquel can't kick out of a freaking roll-up? But Bailey got to go through the same thing? Come on, man. Hit a finisher move for crying out loud. But no, you got to win by roll-up. Like, come on, man. Like, it's just like, damn. When is Lyra going to actually get in that ring and actually do something? Like, damn. And I don't know, man. I don't know. At this point, I don't even know who's going to be the winner because I still think Lyra and Bailey might win. But because of Bailey's character change, I don't think it's going to happen. because I think what's really going to happen is that Bailey's probably going to cost Lyra the match. And then at that point, will we get Bailey versus Lyra at WrestleMania 41? Why not? You already backed down on Roxanne. So now what we got? Because it wouldn't be fair if Lyra and Bailey go against Liv and Raquel, and then next thing you know, we score for a win. Now Bailey cost her because she wants the Intercontinental title. Listen, Bailey, I don't have a problem with you winning that title. But even if you win it, what you gonna do to carry it? Because if you win it, what's it gonna do? Absolutely nothing. You're a veteran. You're one of the horsewomen, and you can't do nothing to elevate that belt. I mean, her turning heel. What's the point? Who in the hell gonna face her? Lyra again? No Roxanne? Really? No Ivy Nile? No Dakota? No Irie Zane? Huh? I mean, Kyrie Zane? Huh? No Asuka? Well, she's still healing, but I'm just saying. No Alexa Bliss? Really? No Shania Blazer, no Zoe. Okay. Well, then she ain't got no competitors unless she gonna face Io Sky. But that's only if Io Sky lose the belt. You know? Like, who else she gonna face? Oh, Liv Morgan? No, don't do that. She's still the tag team champion. Have her defend the tag team belts first. Have her lose that. Then she can go after the mid-card title, even though I'd rather for her to go after the world title. Do that. Let's get into that. If not, forget about it. That's why I ain't looking forward to SmackDown. So you already know I ain't tuning in like that. But however, I do want to know who's going to win, though. But it better be the right winners. Because if you pick Maxine and Natalya, it's not going to work. Bailey's turning heel. Natalya's turning heel. You really think that we have a story to tell? No, we don't. Maxine hasn't even freaking wrestled. And you want her to face Liv and Raquel for the titles? Nobody's good. It seems like everybody in the Garlic match have distractions except Zoe and Shania. So if anything, they should win because they have no distractions. Zoe and Shania, they got no distractions. They should face Liv Morgan and Raquel Arendis for the title. Okay? The other people going to have to go. Because if they face them, they're going to lose. Piper and Alba, they dealing with Chelsea's Green shenanigans. She's going to be pretty much like, those two are going to be around her. Even if they can't beat Liv and Raquel for those titles, we know they can't. Now, if you had the unholy union, maybe. They would have Bella Davenport. It would have been good. But nope. Nope. And that's what I'm saying. KC, they could have faced Liv and Raquel, but they can't because, they haven't wrestled in a while. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Zoe and Shania. They haven't wrestled in a while. So what are we supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't think of nobody else. Like, and like I said, Bailey's about to turn heel, so Lyra ain't got no chance. But I think they're going to win because of the build-up. But I just don't know, man. I mean, shit. Bailey was just about to turn heel. So this is pointless, bro. But I am glad that Liv and Raquel didn't attack Lyra and Bailey, but the fact that they had to do this with no Alexa Bliss and no Nikki. Why not just have Bailey leave Lyra and so that way they can lose? I don't know. Let's get back to the video.
But I'm just concerned about the future of the women's division as far as the younger talent. As far as like the division as a whole, it's fine. This is the best this is the best roster that the women's division have had in a long time. Vets included, vets outside of WWE included, but the future, the ones who are going to be here in 2030 are the ones we kind of need to, okay, let's step up a little bit. Let's step up a little bit. Should Kalani Jordan be the women's Intercontinental Champion by 2030? Should Jada Parker be a contender for the Women's United States Champion by 2030? Does Lyra win Money in the Bank before 2030? Does Roxanne Perez become Women's World Champion before 2030? Like these are questions that we need the answer to. And I'm patient, but a lot of these people have been around for years now. How long do I got to be in NXT before I'm building myself on the main roster? How long do I got to be on the main roster before I build myself to relevance? Now they gave Lyra and Tiffany that push, which gives me good faith, but what you're signing so many people outside of the company and bringing them. Can we take a break? I know when a big free agent becomes available, you sign them so they can't go somewhere else. But for the women's division, I would take a break. You have so many women you're not even really utilizing, or you utilize them as garbage. You need to be passing the belt around a little bit more. That United States Championship should come off of Chelsea Green ASAP. We don't need people having 200 days, 150-day runs anymore. We need 30-day, 60-day, 20-day, 14-day runs again because it's so many people. People, yes, people make the belts, but if you don't give people an opportunity to make the belt, how are they going to make the belt? Lyra has done a great job. Chelsea Green has done a great job. The belt is made, past the belts.
Yeah, I mean, look, I like Chelsea Green as champion, but I would like it if United States champion would be Alexa Bliss and Intercontinental champion would be Raquel Arendez. So that's what I want, and that's my personal pick. Raquel Arendez as Intercontinental champion and Alexa Bliss as the United States champion. Now, obviously, I would pick Candice LeRae as United States champion, but because she's Speed champion, maybe it's like, hey, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I say Alexa Bliss as United States and Raquel Arendez as Intercontinental champion. So I recommend that. Yeah, I recommend that.
Now let that person become something with the belt. Those belts are good. Let the next person, let B.Fab become something. Let Maxine become something. The dark horse. Maxine can have a Bo Leave. Shit, almost died. Maxine can have a Bo Leave type of run. Why not?
Mm-mm. No, she needs more time.
Roxanne could just come on the main roster ASAP, beat Lyra for the belt. Boom. Roxanne, the prodigy, is back in place. Lyra is now inserted into the top division, the women's world division, instead of the mid card division. She's been mid card champion already. She's having a Gunther type of IC title run. Kalani Jordan failed to capture her second Women's North American Championship. She's going to the main roster, and she answered the open challenge against B.Fab, the Women's United States Champion, and beat her after a 30-day B.Fab title reign. I love women's wrestling. They're very, very talented. They fine as shit too. That's a plus. But they're very, very talented. I'm looking forward to seeing the future and to seeing who's going to be the next. But we're still giving high profile matches to the current. And it's not about age, it's about how long you've been there. Rhea Ripley is still the future, and she's the present. Rhea Ripley is not 30 years old yet. Bianca Belair is in her 30s, but she still has a lot of run to go. She still has many more years to be the top of the top of the top. But the Charlotte Flairs, the Becky Lynches, the Baileys, they're vets and they're still high profile names. But they don't really need the accolades anymore. They can just have high profile feuds. I would love to see Charlotte and Becky at WrestleMania. I would love to see Charlotte, Bayley, and Becky in a triple threat at WrestleMania. I would love to see Team Bayley versus Team Becky at a Survivor Series War Games. There's other things for them. They're above the belts because they made the belts already. Let someone else make the new belts. Liv Morgan, she can have another run in the future, But she don't need the main belt no more. She's redeemed her SmackDown Women's Championship run.
I kind of want her to get back in that spark. Like I kind of want her to get back in that solo run and this time, win the gold by herself. I kind of want her to become 3-time women's world champion or WWE women's champion. So, I kind of want her to get back into that run without Dom and without Raquel and without the Judgment Day. So, yeah, no, I kind of want her back in that run. So, because she needs to show people she could win by herself. And I think she needs to get back into that run. So yeah, bring her back. Bring her back in that solo run, please. All right. That tag team push is cool, but it might get cut back if there's some changes in the storyline. So, I don't even know when is Liv and Raquel actually going to have some opponents. I mean, come on now. I mean, Lyra versus Bailey. Come on, man. Come on. I mean, Alexa versus Nikki. Yeah. The Bella Twins versus Liv and Raquel. Yeah. But as far as everyone else, it's like, nah. Need more matches. So, need more matches. We need more matches. So let's slow down, B.C.B. Let's slow down. Let Liv Morgan get back into solo run so that way she can get her title back so she could be 3-time women's world champion. By herself, no help. So yeah, let's do that.
Can Mia Yim get a belt? Hey, let me know. Can Piper get a belt? A singles belt? That's what these mid-card belts was made for, right? I'm just a little concerned myself, man. I'm hopeful. Can Zoe Stark get a mid-card belt? Can Zoe Stark beat Lyra for the belt? It should have been Zoe Stark versus Lyra for the championship in the first place. Anyway, can Zoe Stark get a belt? Can Zoe Stark be elevated now? Can Zoe Stark get a chance? We need more chances to be given. They're not popular. They're not popular. They don't have enough. How do you build a star? Go out there. Go out there. Show me what you can do. We're putting a belt on you. Let's see how you react. You don't just choose niggas that stars automatically. You make the stars. Lyra was made because they pushed Lyra. That's why people like her now. They pushed her. If Lyra was just a bum in NXT, she wouldn't be the champion right now. You gotta push people. Push it. You was pushing Zoe Stark with the Trish Stratus thing, and then she didn't have a match with Trish Stratus. That would have pushed her over the limit. Mia Yim never got a push. She just always been there. Mia Yim never got a push until she beat Chelsea Green and Piper back to back. Then people thought she was gonna win, but then she didn't win, so she still didn't get a push. She got a she didn't get a push. She got mushed. She didn't get a push. She got mushed. I'm concerned about the future. The women's division is in great shape, and they have high-profile names, good matches. The writing has gotten better, in my opinion, as with Jade and Naomi showing you, and they're giving them more of an opportunity to show what they got. Some people going off of the rails, and it's good entertainment, but it's a little messy, Charlotte, Tiffany. The writing is getting better, but the booking, who gets the belt, who gets on the PLE, who is on the SmackDown and Raw before the PLE, that's what needs to be worked on, in my opinion. So I'm looking forward to seeing it. I want to know what you think about that, though. I want to know if you agree or disagree, and I want to know if I'm just yapping. So like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for loving support as always. I appreciate you guys, and we're on the road to 10,000 subs, and I hope we can get there together as a community. And I thank you. And let's talk about some women's wrestling, man. See you guys later. Peace out.
Yeah, man, pray for the women's division, man, because they're going downhill, man. I don't care what y'all say, man. I just think the women's division is getting treated like jobbers, and ain't nobody doing nothing about it. So hopefully we get change. But until then, this is what we have to deal with. But I just want to put this picture in front of the screen to let y'all know that this is what we need. This is what we need. We need this. We can't get it at WrestleMania because it's too late. But if we can get this at Backlash or any other PLEs we can get, like Saturday night's main event, we're good to go. You know? Because right now, as we looking at things that's moving, it's moving out of order. It's disorganized. And we can't put it back together like a puzzle. So, only thing we could do right now is just hope for the best as we go. I hope the best for Nia Jax. I hope the best for Candice. I hope the best for all the divas in the back because they need the spotlight. They need it. And I really hope that things turn around for the next couple months because right now it's not looking good. And that's all I can say right now. So y'all do me a favor and comment hashtag we want Alexa Bliss. Hashtag we want Alexa Bliss. Because, again, we could get her at WrestleMania, but is it too late? Is it too late? I don't know. I mean, if you can get Becky Lynch to interrupt the match between Bianca Belair and Carmella at WrestleMania and have Becky Lynch win the title, shoot, you can do whatever you want. So maybe you can do that, you know. Have Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross take the challenger's place away. Whoever wins the Garlic match, you know, send Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross so that way we could save this tag team match. It doesn't have to have a story. We already saw it. You know, with the Royal Rumble match, with the Elimination Chamber match, we saw it. So have Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross take the titles away from Liv and Raquel, and then they can win it back around Backlash. It's not, I mean, they'll still have the push. You know, maybe you could just restart. You know what I'm saying? And then just have a win at Backlash and then have the belts back so that way they could become 4-time. And then here comes some more challengers. Or you could just keep the feud going for the next 2 months until Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross win it. Or we could have a triple threat match where it's Alexa Bliss, Nikki Cross versus Liv and Raquel versus the Bella Twins. If we can get that, we good. Right? OG versus, all 6 of them are OGs. Except Raquel, but, no, I don't know. I don't know how long Raquel has been in the business, but I do know that all 6 of them have been there long enough to know that, hey, we could put on a great match. So, hopefully we could get that. Otherwise, we're screwed. So, get in the comment box and make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share if you're new. And what do you guys think, man? You think the women's division is in trouble because of Triple H? I think Sean doing a good job, but yeah, we definitely need to figure out what to do with Cora Jade and Julia Parker and Laura Vice and Nikia Lyon and all of them. I mean, shoot, we haven't even seen the other divas that I can't name. But yeah, man. Yeah. I still can't get over what happened with Selena when she lost against Rhea Ripley in her hometown, Puerto Rico. Not her hometown, but still, the fact she couldn't win that match. It's ridiculous. Yeah, comment down. Hey, y'all discussed in the comment box, okay? I'm out.